You are listening to the Beyond the Pain podcast, where Dr. Emil Tompkins and his guests guide you through the latest techniques to relieve your pain and learn how to fuel, move, and think for lifetime wellness.
Hey, it's Dr. Emil Tompkins, and I want to welcome you to the Beyond Pain Relief podcast, where we're committed to helping you to live a life not only free of pain, but achieving your health goals, living to your maximum potential, and doing great things with your life. Welcome to the next episode. We're going to be talking about colic today. Interestingly, in our office, we take care of lots of families and lots of kids, and we see kids that deal with a lot of different things. Our kids range in age. We've taken care of babies as young as 2 days old, all the way up to adults up to 101 and everyone in between. But babies come in for a lot of different reasons. Their parents bring them in, most commonly for things like ear infections and colic, and a condition called torticollis, where the baby's head is shifted to one side, either due to a birth trauma or there's a couple of different imbalances that can create that. We're going to talk about colic today. This happens for a lot of reasons, and it's one of the most common things that we deal with when we're seeing a baby for the first time, and that baby and that family is new to our office. Usually that baby is dealing with colic, and there are some very clear features that we see in the family usually when mom comes in and her baby has colic. You can tell she's clearly tired, a little agitated, and frustrated because when baby has colic, baby's upset, crying a lot, not sleeping hardly at all. And if baby's not sleeping, then mom's not sleeping, then dad's not sleeping, and that's a problem. So this issue with colic is something that affects the entire family. It doesn't just affect how baby feels, it affects every part of the family's day. A baby with colic is a strain not only on one person, but on the family. A baby with colic can be hard on a marriage, especially new parents who don't know what to do, and they're both looking at each other like, what did you do? No, what did you do? Or what are you going to do to fix this? And it's a challenge to even know where to start. So what is colic? Colic is a little bit of a mystery. The term applies to any healthy, well-fed infant that cries more than 3 hours a day, more than 3 days a week, for more than 3 weeks. So in general, the colic is simply the increased crying more than, let's say, normal. It typically starts around age 2 weeks and can last 3 to 4 months and sometimes longer if nothing is done about it. There's a number of different things that we might think affects it or doesn't affect it. Most kids who had colic as babies aren't any different than kids who didn't have colic, but colic is just a very, very big problem that kids are dealing with. So here are some theories behind what causes colic. As the digestive system is changing and growing, the muscles inside can spasm, so that's one issue. Too much gas can do it. There are some hormones that affect pain in the stomach that can be increased for some reason. If a child is oversensitive or overstimulated by light or noise, just emotionally, a moody baby sometimes. But I don't necessarily like to attribute it to something like that, because usually there's some kind of real physical thing going on in there. The next is still developing nervous system. The baby's nervous system is one of the first things to develop, but it's a constantly developing thing. And as that nervous system is developing, how baby expresses that is important, and so we want to make sure that the baby expresses its nervous system the way that they're supposed to, and that's part of why chiropractors help babies, moms and babies with colic, because my focus as a chiropractor, many people think that it's on pain and only on pain, helping people to feel better, but really it's the nervous system, how well the brain is sending messages down the spinal cord and out of all those nerves to every single part of the body. And as long as that pathway is clear, then our body should function well, baby's body should function well. But different things happen inside the body where maybe one of those little bones in the spine is moved out of position. When babies are born, the act of getting baby out of the birth canal can create certain misalignments, certain problems, certain issues in babies. And some people will say, well, babies are flexible. They can handle that. Well, you're right. They are flexible. If they weren't flexible, then the trauma that happens in birth would kill them. So babies are flexible, The trauma that happens at birth doesn't kill them, but it can cause problems in the way things are functioning, and we want to identify that absolutely as quickly as possible. And that's what we can do with the work that we do in chiropractic. Now, let's talk really quickly about three steps if you have colic, what you can do. Number one, look at diet. If you're using formula, you may want to think about a formula change, but don't change to soy formula. Soy formula is associated with so many health problems. It used to be real popular back when we wanted to avoid dairy, but soy formula they found out was worse. So we definitely don't want to go that route. So looking at your diet. So change your formula. If you're breastfeeding, which would be ideal, if you're breastfeeding, then you want to look at your own diet. What are you eating? Are you eating something that the body could be sensitive to? Are you eating something that could lead to more gas in baby? So looking to limit things in your own diet, like dairy, like wheat and gluten and those types of things. Anything that the body can be reactive to. Eat a really, really clean diet with good fatty acids, but then also lean meats and lots of vegetables. So really watch your diet. There's a probiotic very specific to babies that a lot of babies are missing, and this baby probiotic can make a big difference in the amount of colic that they're experiencing. So I'll leave a link to that in the show notes for Metagenics. There's a particular baby probiotic, and that's going to be my Metagenics page. So you'll see when you click on that, it'll probably say Dr. Tompkins at Metagenics. But click on that, and that probiotic can be really helpful for baby. And the next is chiropractic. We had already mentioned what happens during the birth process and how traumatic that can be. The act of doctor pulling baby out of the birth canal can make lots of unfortunate changes in that upper cervical part of the spine that fortunately are relatively easy to correct. Babies respond very well. Adjustments to babies are incredibly gentle. We also look at the thoracic spine because the nerves that come out of T5, T6, and T7 travel to the stomach, and they can affect the way that stomach is functioning. They affect digestive function in everyone, including babies, and so we check that area. It's a very common area that we find problems in. And then we may do some cranial sacral maneuvers because the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, the part of the nervous system that calms baby down, the part of the nervous system that activates the digestive system, those nerves are generally traveling out of the sacral area and out of the head, out of the cranium. So the craniosacral therapy can make a big difference in the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, which activates the digestive system, which helps babies with colic. So there you have it, our 3 steps: diet, natural probiotics, and chiropractic adjustments. You put those pieces together, and you'll start to see a change in babies with colic. And that's something that we're very passionate about, making sure that our families, our babies are healthy from the start. It's something we're passionate about here, and I wish you the best of health. If you have a child who is experiencing colic, or you know a parent who has a child that's dealing with colic, you'll know about it. They're frustrated and they're sleep deprived and they're having a lot of trouble. You should tell them to visit their family chiropractor, very skilled at taking care of families, kids, babies especially. If you're in Southern Arizona, you can certainly look us up. There will be a link to a special offer in the show notes, so you're welcome to check that out. But I thank you for joining us. I wish you the best. Experience chiropractic today. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Hey guys, it's Dr. Emil Tompkins. Many people fail to make a change in their health until things are drastic, until we've gone so far that it's so challenging to make that change, or we feel like it's almost too late, and then we're much more reluctant to make those changes in our health. This is a problem, and it needs to change. It needs to stop. When you find something that has an opportunity to make a difference in your health or in the health of someone around you, I invite you to take that opportunity to make that change for yourself or for someone you know. So I have a favor to ask of you. If you've listened to this podcast and you feel like there's something here that you think will benefit someone that you know, I invite you to share that podcast with them. There's a share link on the bottom of the screen. I want you to click that share button to share this with others. Give others the opportunity to experience the Beyond Pain Relief podcast. share that with others. Make a difference in the health of someone around you. And I thank you so much for doing that. This is Dr. Emil Tompkins. Thank you for joining us on the Beyond Pain Relief podcast. And thank you for making a difference in the lives of the people around you. Have a great day.
You are listening to the Beyond the Pain podcast, where Dr. Emil Tompkins and his guest guide you through the latest techniques to relieve your pain and learn how to fuel, move, and think for lifetime wellness.